Is to kayak down a waterfall.
Is to go for a flight with the Blue Angels and not throw up.
Is to skydive.
Is to buy a four-wheeler.
Is dog sled in Iceland.
I want to become an MLB baseball player.
Is to go kite surfing in Hawaii.
Is to learn how to surf.
To be the #1 hoverboarder in the world.
Hi, my name is Stacy Swinton, and the #1 thing on my bucket list is to become an Ironman.
When I think about you, my feelings can't explain why after all this time you stay on my mind.
An Ironman is a 2.4 swim, followed by a 112-mile bike ride, and followed by a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles. I would say the biggest obstacle that I have had is some medical issues. Most recently is I have badly sprained my ankle. So I was just going for an easy 4-mile run, and I'm towards the end of my training, so it's just bad timing. I have a high ankle sprain, so for the past 2 weeks I have not been able to run at all, so I would say that that's the biggest obstacle I've had to face during this training. This will be my first time doing an open water swim in the ocean, and not only have I picked my first one to be part of an Ironman, it's a 2.4-mile ocean swim, and that will be my first time swimming in the ocean. So I'm definitely a little nervous about that. I've done a lot of open water swims in rivers and lakes, and of course in the pool, but never in the ocean. So the ocean, the elements can vary quite a bit. It can be calm or it can be very choppy. It just depends on the weather for that day. So you're just going to have to take on whatever the day brings. So I'm a little nervous about that. It's from more seasoned athletes saying to take some motion sickness pills before you start to swim, just in case it's very choppy. You can get a little nauseous. And then also something unique about Cozumel is there's little jellyfish in the water that you can't see, and they will sting you the whole time that you're in the water. I am going to feel just a huge sense of accomplishment. During training, you go through just various emotions. You cry sometimes during training. You wonder why in the world you have even, taken on such, such a event. And I think that when I cross that finish line, it will just make it all worth it. All that time away from family, just all the aches and pains that you've had to go through, and just pushing you out of your comfort zone, having you do things that you just don't want to do. There's days that you just don't want to go out and swim for 2 hours or go out in the cold and run for a couple hours. Fingers crossed that I will finish the race and cross that finish line before the midnight cutoff. Everyone has to finish before midnight in order to hear the words, "You are an Ironman." So I'm looking forward to hearing those words and celebrating with my family. Please send me tons of energy and vibes on November 29th.
Very international flavor here. People from all over the world. Okay, great. Fantastic.
Porque recuerda México, vívelo para creerlo.
4 miles, wow. When you get towards the end of the swim, you will see a lot of very, very big concrete and metal structure. That's the Dolphin Aquarium on the left-hand side. You swim.
Adam Milton, Stacy, Swinton, you are an Ironman!
Crossing that finish line is the most incredible feeling that I think that I have ever felt. Running down the finisher chute, I saw my husband and I stopped to give him a big hug and a kiss, and I could hear my kids. I couldn't find them, but I could hear them yelling for me, and I was just holding back tears because it was just such an incredible feeling to know that you pushed through all of the pain, including an unexpected injury, and you continued through your training even when you wanted to stop at times, and you were able to do something that you never thought that you could do. You watched it for years and years on TV, just being so proud of all those people that were able to become Ironman, and to think that one day I also would be called an Ironman. The trip to Cozumel went very smoothly. I had my entire family with me. They all carried my bags and my helmet and all my bike gear. It was a real easy flight, just a couple hours direct flight to Cozumel. And when we got there, we were greeted by all the friendly people that live in Cozumel. They are just amazingly friendly and loving people. When we got to the hotel, as soon as they found out that I was doing the Ironman race, they treated me like royalty. They, without asking, upgraded my room to this 2-story condo that was just amazing, and they made a special breakfast for all of us and a special pre-race dinner that had any kind of pasta that you could imagine, and they just treated us like we were doing something incredibly special. This is my finisher's jacket for becoming an Ironman. As they say, when you become an Ironman, it's bragging rights for life.
So I'm extremely proud of my wife. She trained for over a year for this Ironman, and she did that while also maintaining and running her business full time and helping take care of our family. But it was amazing to see how much work she put in, how many hours of training she put in each week, how many miles she had to bike and swim, and how much she had to swim and run. She was so dedicated to get it done. She had a pretty bad injury about 3.5 weeks before the marathon, and at first we thought it was a break. Her ankle was broken, so it was looking pretty bad. I never doubted she would be able to train for the marathon for the Ironman and run it, but we did worry at first that she wasn't going to be able to do it. But once we got the report from the doctor that it wasn't a break, that was just a really bad sprain, I totally had faith that she would be able to do the Ironman and get through it. So she is a rock star, and someone who could finish not just one Ironman, but less than a couple months later do a second Ironman is just incredible. And she did both so amazingly strong. So we're just so proud of her, and she's got just amazing perseverance and dedication, and she's just the strongest mental athlete I've ever seen.
What I want